Yo. Alright. I think we're straight. I think we're good. I need to know y'all can hear me. Gotta let me know. Sign in. The hell? What the hell? I guess so. I hope you guys can't see that. Alright, whatever. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but shit. I don't know why this isn't working. I don't know why this isn't working, man. We'll get started shortly. Man, that's annoying as shit. Wait. No, I don't want a fucking profile picture. Just get me some of my control panel. Am I live? Like, what the hell going on? A little quiet? Let me know if it's better. Trying to work out some kinks, you know? Trying to get this chat up and running. Alright, I think we got it going. Let me know. Man, why is this like this, man? This is so frustrating. Let me close this. I don't need to see all that. Alright. Yeah, let me know if the volume's a little better. This mic ain't even plugged in, I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, let me know. I don't think, for some reason, I don't think the volume's perfect, but hold on, let me try some. Let me show you some. Alright, we should be good now. We'll wait a couple minutes. I'm trying to think of what we should talk about first. Obviously, we talked about Caleb Wilson yesterday, but I mean, we got some Kylan Boswell news today. Apparently, he's ready to play, which is a lot quicker than I think people expected. I mean, that was a lot quicker than I expected, right? Unless I read that news wrong, I thought he was going to be out like a hot minute. Not, I mean, maybe it was just maybe time's going fast. Maybe what was it, 4 weeks, something like that. Let me move over a bit, or no, let me move this way. Hold on. Yeah. All right, I like that. I like that. Working better. All right, cool. Let me see if I can share something. Let me see some. All right, let's get this going. It's almost 5 o'clock. I just wanted to start it a little early so people can get in. I wanted to make sure it was working smoothly, running all nicey. So let's get it going. Yeah, all right. So we do actually, even though we did this yesterday, we got some stuff to talk about. Man, it's obviously a slow night of college hoops, but any read on the Michigan State-Wisco matchup tonight? Didn't Wilson say he wants to be back? Yeah, he did say he wants to be back. At the end of the day, it's like he could say he wants to be back, but who knows if he's actually going to be able to. So people were saying it like you can just tell from his character. If he can play, he's going to play, right? He's not like Darren Peterson who gets some cramps and doesn't want to play. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with Wilson. Any read on Michigan State Wisco? We will get to that. I see the spreads around 2.5, but we will definitely talk about that. What else do we got? Is the volume all good? I think it's all good. I'm new to this. I'm trying to tell y'all. All right, let's see if What do we got? All right. Michigan State, Wisconsin tonight. Michigan State's 20-4. Wisconsin's 17-7. I mean, man, I don't know. I do have I do have a side I like in that. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't. But I don't want to give out gambling advice because I don't condone that. So let's just say this is all hypothetical, right? Hypothetical stuff right here. I like Michigan State in this. I do. I think Wisconsin will be bet on pretty heavily. I think people see that they've won in Ann Arbor. People see that they've won in Champaign, and people are like, all right, they're going to come back and they're going to just be a Michigan State team that hasn't been super consistent, hasn't been super good. Their offense is very, very shaky. I think a lot of people are going to bet Wisconsin. I don't think Vegas is going to let them win. So with that being said, I like Michigan State tonight, and I like Tom Izzo. We're getting close to March. March is his month. So, yeah, give me Wisconsin. Or no, give me Michigan State, I mean. I think it'll be a very, very good game. Obviously, the game is in Madison, which is fun because that will make it probably closer than if it was in East Lansing. But yeah, give me Michigan State tonight. What do you think about Peterson? Do you believe he's just sitting or he actually felt terrible? I don't think he felt terrible, but I don't think he's just straight up sitting. Because at the end of the day, if he wanted to, he could just sit out. Like, I don't want to say no one's stopping him, but it's like we've seen it happen before. Guys will just like say, I'm done. And especially a guy like Darren Peterson, who is gonna he's gonna go high in the draft. He's gonna go very, very high in the draft. I don't know. You don't wanna think he's faking it, but also you don't have to think it's him. Like I talked about it in one of my videos. Like his agent has a lot of money on the line here. Let's say he's getting, I don't know what his standard percent is. If anyone knows what it would be, 10%. Does that sound right? 10% of a contract? That's a lot of money, especially nowadays for his agent to not want to risk. Like, it's terrible, but that could be the case. And it's also like a little weird that he didn't play against Duke, he didn't play against UConn, and now Arizona. Like what? You faced off against AJ DeBansta, like your main competition for the number 1 overall pick, and you gave BYU buckets in the first half, and then you sit out. Like, what are we doing? That's ridiculous. Would love to hear about your take about Iowa State and Joshua Jefferson shooting inconsistencies, turnover issues. Seemed like a Final Four team at the start of the year, but this is shaky now. Yeah, I don't know. Um, you just can't trust them, right? That's Iowa State every year. It was Iowa State 2 years ago, Iowa State last year. You just can't. Can you trust them to win 6 games in a row in March? No. Can you trust them to win 4 games in a row and get to the Final Four? Probably not. Like, they look like they're one of the best teams in the country. They beat Purdue by, what was it, 20? They won like 81-58 in that game at Mackey, and then you lose to Cincinnati. Like, what is that? That's so bad. I don't know. They have a very high ceiling. Obviously, they need more out of Lipsy. Joshua Jefferson has slowed down a little, but he's still been great. He just looked like a surefire first-team All-American at the beginning of the year. But it's hard to keep that pace going. And obviously, Momcilovic is one of the best three-point shooters we've ever seen at the college level. So, yeah, I want a little more out of Lipsy. Killian Torrey has been good. Yeah, I'd say their ceiling is still they can win it all. Like, I'm not going to count them out just yet, but I am worried about them. And they better beat Kansas tomorrow because I think I will be betting on them. But I need to see what happens with our boy DP because I don't want to bet on Iowa State if DP's playing, and then I don't know. It's all messed up. All right, what else do we got? Tonight is kind of dry. Miami of Ohio plays. St. Louis plays. I don't know. Let me see if I can do something really quick. Because I used to have for some reason... never mind. I'm not trying that. Not a good idea. Let's see if we can get this going. No problem. I've got to talk about UNC. I am very, very worried about UNC. I'm not going to lie to you. I am worried. Whoa. Oh. Yeah, I'm worried. What is UNC's ceiling if Wilson doesn't come back? Like, round of 32. I'm not even, trying to be funny. Like, legit round of 32. I don't even think they make it there, but if you want to hear, ceiling, I'll give you that. I think they are I don't think they're a tournament-level team without... What is going on? I don't think they're a tournament-level team without Caleb Wilson. I think it's that drastic. I think he's that good. I don't know. They'd be a bubble team without him. But you'll see it over the next month. This UNC team is not that good, and it's because of their guards. That's what it boils down to. Yeah, round of 32. Obviously, it's all matchup dependent. It's hard to say. If you asked me, what was it, 2 years ago in February, what's San Diego State's ceiling? I probably would have said Sweet 16 as ceiling, and then they make the championship. So it's very, very matchup dependent. I'm not gonna sit here and act like they can't make the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. Actually, no, I am, because if he doesn't come back, I think it's Rabs. So, yeah, I think he will come back, though. I think he'll come back around... Any chance he could come back for Duke on March 7th? I don't think so. From what I'm seeing, he'd miss that game. And then he would miss some of the ACC tournament, and then he would come back, if it goes to plan. It is his non-shooting hand, which definitely helps. It's also, it's he wants to play. He said on Twitter, he said, Tar Heel Nation, I'm gonna be back. So, look, we'll see. Only he really knows how bad it is at the end of the day. Yeah, all right, let's talk some Kylan Boswell. I want to talk some Kylan Boswell because he is going to give it a shot to play on Sunday against Indiana, which I want to see when. I could have sworn he was out going to be out over a month. And then, I want to see when. I could have sworn he was out over, or going to be out over a month. And then, now he's questionable to play. So I don't, I don't know. Maybe okay. So January 20th. Yeah, that's 3 weeks ago, right? Like 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 weeks ago. So I don't know. I mean, good for Illinois. The only thing is like they have been playing very very solid since Boswell went out, and I like I said I don't want to say they're better without Boswell, but it definitely helps having Wagler just with the ball in his hands. Oh, like a lot. So yeah. Um. Let's go. How about Vandy walking into Neville Arena and dominating that game versus Auburn? Does that show how good Vandy is or how bad Auburn is? Auburn is so bad. They're so bad. I was saying on Twitter the other day how there's one contender in the SEC, like legit one, and the guy was like, "That's just not true," blah, 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 and then tried to talk about Auburn. Like they're 14-10. They could miss the tournament. Like I was looking at their schedule. I think they're gonna win like 17 or 18 games. That does not guarantee you a spot in the field of 68. So, and look, Vandy. I don't like Vandy. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Vandy. Every time I bet on them, they lose. Whenever I bet against them, they destroy the other team. I had them against Oklahoma. I had them against Arkansas. I had Auburn the other night. Like, it's just ridiculous. I can't stand them. They're so fraudulent. Like, they're not fraudulent. They're not. I shouldn't say that. But with no Frankie Collins and no Duke Miles, yeah. Is there any way Auburn misses the tournament? I'm still confused how they beat Florida. Yeah, there is a chance. And I'm confused also. Like, I honestly don't want Auburn to make the tournament. I don't. Because they're that. They have talent. Like, they do. Like, obviously, Tahad. They have Keyshawn Hall, Keyshawn Murphy, Overton, the big man, like, freaking, I forget his date. He has the hyphenated last name. They have the number 38, Jovic, the European. Like, they have so much talent. They're just not, like, good. And I guarantee you, Tahad is going to go portaling in the offseason. And I don't know where he's going to end up. Maybe he comes back to the Northeast. I don't know, but he will be a hot commodity, and he will get a lot of money. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I don't know how they beat Florida, because Florida's like, obviously Florida's record isn't great, and they started off slow, but Florida's legit. I mean, they have like the fifth best odds to win it all now, and I think they're top 5 in KenPom, which is just crazy. Like, obviously they're good. Like, Xavier's been playing better, Boogie's better. Yeah, it goes Michigan. What did I just do? Michigan, Arizona, Duke, Houston, and Florida. And then Illinois, Iowa State, UConn, Purdue, Michigan State. Yeah, like, I don't know. I remember watching the Arizona-Auburn game on, I think it was December 6th in Tucson, and it was, oh my God, it was terrible. They're bad. So, yeah. All right, let's talk about some more games. I know Auburn plays at Arkansas tomorrow. I'm fully expecting Arkansas to win that. They're only favored by 5.5, though. I thought they'd be favored. They're 6.5 now. Over-under's 166.5. That's a lot of points, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a game that ends in the 90s, so that makes sense. Auburn, Arkansas, okay, so I'll give my spread picks. I will take Auburn. This is a sneaky... Auburn wins that game, but Arkansas, my bad. Arkansas wins that game. Auburn covers. Yeah, I like that. So Arkansas wins by like 1 to 5 points. I like that a lot. Yeah, I mean, Arkansas, you just never know what you're getting out of them. But talent-wise, like, they're one of the most talented teams in the country. It's just tough. Like, sometimes they just lay an egg, like they did against Kentucky a few weeks ago at home. But, like, obviously, Darius Acuff, Malik Thomas, Billy Richmond, Carter Knox, Trayvon Brazile, like, it goes on. DJ Wagner, it goes on and on and on with them. So, what else do we got? Gonzaga, Santa Clara. We'll talk about that later. Virginia, Ohio State. Virginia is favored by 4.5. The over-under is 146.5. That game's in Nashville, Tennessee. I will take Virginia to cover that. I don't know. Ohio State just doesn't win big games. They just don't like it. I don't know what it is. They just don't win big games. Thoughts on Kentucky? Let's talk about Kentucky. They play Florida tomorrow. The spread is 11.5 points. That's a lot of points. I don't like this Kentucky team. I think that's the general consensus. Like, I don't think that's a hot take. They started obviously horrible. But yeah, I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of them at all. They just too inconsistent for me. Like when they're playing well, they're playing well. I'm not gonna deny that. Like they obviously, when Ortega's playing well, he's still very good. Denzel Aberdeen's having a good year, but like no Jalen Lowe hurts a bit, just like depth wise. And then Quaintance, like that was supposed to be your big fish that you pulled in the portal, and just not playing, and probably won't play again this year. So yeah, Kentucky, I think will be a very popular pick in the NCAA tournament to win a couple games, maybe make a little bit of a run. I just don't see it happening. But you know, you never know. I'm wrong a lot. My brackets tend to not be too hot. Pittsburgh, UNC. UNC's favored by 11.5. It would probably be 20.5 if Caleb Wilson was playing. The over under is 143.5. I like the under in that. I think UNC wins that like 72-64. Was that 136 points? Yeah, 72-64. No, they got to win by more. So give me 72-64. Bookmark that. Texas A&M at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's favored by 7.5 points. Texas A&M has cooled off just a little bit, but everything's kind of still right in front of them. 7-4 in the SEC. They're both 7-4. I like A&M to cover that. I like Vanderbilt to win. So maybe I'll make a little parlay tomorrow. I don't know. What do we think? I kind of like Vandy 1-7 and Arkansas 1-7. That doesn't sound too bad. What do we got? All right. Yeah, I like Vandy. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with that. Where's my tab to get to? Nope. Where are we at? What is going on? All right. St. John's Providence spread is 7.5. Over under 170.5. That is a lot of points. Give me Providence to cover and lose. So I guess I'm picking a lot of close games tomorrow. I think St. John wins that 88. That's a lot of points. 88. Nope, never mind. Scratch that. Yeah, 88. 84. Give me that. Northwestern at Nebraska. I think Northwestern will lose. I don't know, honestly. 13.5 is a lot of points, but it's low-key not as many as I figured it would be. So, I don't know. Thoughts on Santa Clara's at-large odds? They're in the last four and according to Bracket Matrix. Yeah, I mean, Santa Clara, they can definitely do it. And it would be pretty cool to potentially get a 3 bid West Coast Conference. I don't know how. I mean, I think St. Mary's is like cool, right? They're like good. Like last time I checked, unless I'm like absolutely losing it, I could have sworn last time I checked, St. Mary's was like, yeah, St. Mary's is still fine, 22-4. Yeah, I mean, look, if they want a chance at an at-large bid, go win tomorrow. Like that's the best way to put it. Go win tomorrow. It's the best way to put it. Like you're not going to get that many good opportunities to bolster that resume, and go win tomorrow. It's that simple. It's like what I said to Nebraska when they played Purdue the other day. Go win. Like you're supposed to win these games. Santa Clara, you want to make the tournament, you got to win this game. You don't have to. It's not do or die, but you probably want to. What else we got? Purdue, Iowa. This game is very, very intriguing. Low on over-under. It's only 139.5. It's basically a pick 'em. I don't know. I'm like a big fan of Purdue this year, even though they've been a little shaky. I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth with this one. It feels like it should be Purdue, but then the line is a little trappy. It's kind of like they're begging you to take Purdue. Feels like whoever I take is just going to lose. But I will go with Iowa. I'll go with a little bit of an upset, even though it's not that big of an upset. Louisville, Baylor, we have a 6.5-point spread. That game is neutral. It's semi-neutral. It's in Texas. Louisville's 18-6. They're ranked 24. Baylor's 13-11, coming off a loss to BYU. Tunde Esafu had 37 in that game, and Cam Carr had 24. So their studs had good games, and that was about it. I don't know. I want to take Baylor in that. Like, low key, is that crazy? Louisville's super inconsistent. You never really know what you're getting out of them. Mikael Brown Jr. has been sick, though, recently. Or sick, like, in a good way. Like, he's been hooping. So, I don't know. I'll probably hold off on that game. I think that could be a sneaky, really fun game, though. So, keep an eye out for that one. What else do we got? BYU, Colorado. BYU is going to put belt to ass. Kansas, Iowa State. Kansas is on the road. Iowa State's favored by 5.5. The over-under is 144.5. Give me Iowa State 76-64. Calling my shot. That is my prediction for that game. What else do we got? Who are in there? Only one? Okay. I wonder if Darren Peterson's going to play tomorrow. I really do. I think he has to, or else he's going to get destroyed by the media and just everyone. I don't know. We'll see. Haven't heard much out of there. Clemson, Duke. Duke's favored by 12.5, 133.5. I think that's going to be a pretty low-scoring game. I like Duke to win 68-50. No. Yeah, no, 70-53. That's I like that. 70-53. Depends if we get good or bad Clemson. UCLA Michigan game. Yeah, I don't know. I do know, like, Michigan's going to win. But when it comes to, like, a spread perspective, 15.5 over under 151.5, I kind of like Michigan to cover that with, like, a nice little bounce back. But I don't know. They didn't look too hot. They looked good for, like, 10 minutes the other night. We'll see. If I had to bet on it, like, life or death, give me Donovan Dent to cover 15.5. Donovan Dent's my guy. I wish he was having a little better of a year, but I love him. I will die on the hill that he is an amazing, amazing basketball player. And if he had a three-point jump shot, he would be in the NBA right now. Arizona, Texas Tech. All right, Arizona's favored by 9.5. The over-under is 155.5. McHale Center recently, actually today, about 6 hours ago, changed the name of their arena. They're still calling it McHale Center and then it's like Alcame Insurance Arena, something like that. It's crazy, but it is no longer just the McHale Center. So that is interesting to say the least. Okay, so what else? All right, so we'll go through it one more time. I'm just going to say who I'm predicting to win. I'm not going to do spreads because that gets confusing and I don't want to sound like a degenerate. Arizona's going to beat Texas Tech. Duke is going to beat Clemson. Michigan will beat UCLA. Wow, these are no upsets. Iowa State beats Kansas. Nebraska beats Northwestern. St. John's beats Providence just because Providence cannot beat them twice in 1 year. That just cannot happen. Give me Vanderbilt over A&M. UNC over Pittsburgh. Florida over Kentucky. Houston destroys Kansas State. BYU over Colorado. Here's my first upset. Give me Baylor over Louisville. Iowa over Purdue. 2 upsets in a row. UConn over Georgetown. I can't take Ohio State. Give me Virginia. Arkansas over Auburn. And you know what? Screw it. We'll end the night with an upset. Give me Santa Clara over the Big Bad Zags. Over the overrated Big Bad Zags. We'll do that. How about that? All right. I like that. I like those. What we got? What if Miami of Ohio loses one regular season game and then loses to Akron in the MAC final? I don't know. I would put them in. I'm not a bracketologist though, so I'm not a full expert on. I know what they look at and all that, but look, if it's up to me, I'm putting them in. Right? They're having a historic season. You want to, I know they don't have the best strength of schedule and the best resume, but you want to leave a team out that potentially is going to lose one game all season. I don't think that's right. But look, if you don't, I was going to say if you don't want it to happen, then play better teams. But apparently teams don't want to play them, so it's a tricky situation. I don't know. I don't envy them. I don't think I said that correctly. Let's look ahead. Sunday, Indiana, Illinois. Yeah, in Champaign, Illinois is looking to bounce back. Kylan Boswell might be playing. Kylan Boswell is my guy. And I got news for you. I don't know who's in here right now. If my Arizona guy's in here. Your boy. If he never came to Arizona, you'd still have Kylan Boswell, for better or for worse. But that is a cold hard fact. All right, let's talk some more. Let's you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna look at the most recent bracketology by Joe Lenardi. He does these every Tuesday and Friday, and I actually haven't looked at the one from today. The top overall seed is still your Arizona Wildcats. The last team in is currently the Missouri Tigers, who I'm not a big fan of. First team out, TCU, just shows how big of a win they got the other night against the Iowa Cyclones. So Arizona, they're supposed to be in the West. The 2 in the West would be Purdue. So Purdue moved back up to the 2 line, according to Lenardi. That is pretty crazy. Whoa, Florida's the 3. Gonzaga's the 4. Arkansas's the 5. The top 3. I guess Purdue's the worst 2 seed technically, but Florida's a good 3 seed. Get me out of there, huh? What do we got? Michigan in the Midwest. They'd have a Sweet 16 matchup with the winner. I don't even want to say the winner, but if it's chalky, the winner of Alabama, Louisville. Ooh, Michigan State would be in that region. That would be so cool if they can meet for the 3rd or 4th time, depending on what happens in the Big Ten tournament. If they can meet again in March Madness, because they have a big rivalry going about who's the dirtier team. I don't know. Don't ask me, but yeah, my Final Four right now. That's a good question. I am dying on the Houston hill. I just am. I am my Final Four before the year was actually it was Houston, Illinois, UConn, and Louisville. I know, Louisville. Ugh. But right now, I'm gonna die with Houston. I love Kelvin Sampson. This was even before I was that I knew that much about Kingston Flemings. Kingston Flemings is the GOAT. He is one of my favorite players I've ever watched. I don't know why. Just his burst, his athleticism, his defense. I love him. I love Emmanuel Sharp. And yeah, Chris Senek's been playing better. JoJo Tugler is the perfect glue guy. So give me Houston in the Final Four. Look at the bracketology because I want to. I don't want to pick 4 teams that are projected to be in the same bracket. So, okay, in the South, you actually will be in the South. So, I'll talk about the South. So, that means I can't take UConn as of now. Give me... Illinois scares me too. So, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to... Oh, my God, this is so stressful. I can't take Kansas either because who knows what they're going to look like. I'm not taking Vanderbilt or... Dude, ew, this East region is nasty. The 2 seeds Illinois, the 3's Kansas, 4 is Vanderbilt, 5 is St. John's. Where's the 6 seed? 6 is UNC. What are we doing? All right. I'm not taking a team out of there because I don't want to. So I'm going to go with Houston. I'm going to go with Arizona. I think this is the year they make it back for the first time since 2001. I think Arizona makes it back to the Final Four. I also think Arkansas can make a run, and I think Florida's going to make the Final Four at this point, but if they're in the same region as Arizona, I don't know who I would pick between the two of them. I'd probably pick Florida, though, just because it's hard to beat a team twice. Arizona, Michigan, Houston, UConn, probably all 1 seeds. Yeah, it's tough because we need to see Duke. The Duke-Michigan game, which I will be at next week. I just got my media credentials for that, so I will be at that game. The winner of that game is no. Michigan's like a lock to be a 1 seed anyway. If Duke loses that game, then it could slip away from them, depending on what UConn does. If Duke beats Michigan, they will be a 1 seed. And probably in the East. So, is my laptop going to die? Are you kidding me? No, we got time. I'll run up and get in a bit. All right, give me Houston's let me pull up, you know what I'm going to pull up? I'm going to pull up the DraftKings odds so I can look at them because that's going to help me out a bit. All right, this is what we'll do. We'll do Houston and Florida. Or not Houston and Florida. Houston and Arizona will be my 2 for now. I don't think I can pick against Michigan. It's so chalky, though. I feel like such a loser, but... Yeah, all right. Oh, my God, I'm picking 3 of the top 4 odds-wise. All right, I'm not picking Duke, then. I'm not going to pick the 4 top odds. Give me Arizona, Michigan, Houston, and... it's so hard to tell because I'd want to pick an Iowa State. Maybe we could do a little sleeper. Honestly, if Louisville gets hot, why not? Right? Why not? Their bigs aren't good enough, probably. Right? Yeah, that's probably what's gonna hold them back. Obviously, we know the. I'm the only one, Spencer. What? Can't see there. Looking at the ESPN bracketology, I just realized VCU in the next 4 out. How at 6 loss? I don't know. Name brand for an A10 team. You know, I remember who'd they play? They played NC State in the non-con, and they lost. But all right, yeah, all right. Let me finalize this, and we can bookmark this and come back to it. We're gonna. Jeez, my laptop is just draining battery. All right, Arizona, Michigan. I got it. Michigan's inconsistent though. All right, Arizona and Houston. Houston, I love for them to make the Final Four at plus 145. That is not gambling advice. Okay. Is it still happy hour? It is still happy hour. I should pour a beer. All right. While I do that. Let me see if I can get someone to bring me a charger because I don't want my laptop to die. But we are going to go. We're going to go Arizona. We're going to go Houston. We're going to go Arizona, Houston, Michigan, and give me Arkansas. I'm going to do it. I've been high on them all year. I saw them play at the Prudential Center. That might be a freezing cold take. That might bite me in the ass. But yeah, give me that. I can't believe I just took that. But give me Calipari. Give me Calipari in March. Why not? Why not us, right? St. Louis deep run. I mean, they could. St. Louis is good. They're not just a fun story. They're actually a good team. Do I think, how deep of a run can they make? Freezing cold? Bro, shut up. St. Louis deep run, how deep of a run can they make? That's the question. Can they make the Sweet 16? Hell yeah. Can they make the Final Four? I don't know. Because that would be very Loyola Chicago-esque. Yeah, I don't know how deep they can go. Would it be sick if they can if they can make it to, you know, where is it? Indianapolis this year? Yeah, that'd be so sick. Would they be losing their coach in the process? Yeah. So, I don't know. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Huge Arizona fan. Big 12 still runs through Houston. We got to beat them next week to prove otherwise. I agree. I fully agree. I think it's as long as Kelvin Sampson's there, as long as Emmanuel Sharp is there, like they're still Houston. Arizona is. We can say Arizona is like the best team in the country, but it's still like, are they going to win the Big 12? Are they the best team in the Big 12? I don't know because Houston, it's like I don't know. That's tough. I fully, wholeheartedly agree with you. It's going to run through Houston as long as Kelvin Sampson is there. I don't think Kelvin Sampson is there much longer. I think if they win it this year, he's done. 100%. That was my prediction in the beginning of the year. If Houston wins it all, he is riding off into the sunset, and his son is going to be the new coach. So we'll see what happens there. I'm very excited for that. What is that? I'm trying to think because they have Texas Tech tomorrow, then BYU maybe Thursday, sometime during the week, and then Houston next Saturday. Because it's Houston, Arizona. Yeah, it's because it's 1 versus 3 and 2 versus 4 in the same day, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Those games better not be at the same time, because then I might not go. I might not go to the Duke-Michigan game if that's the case. But thank God I got approved for credentials today. Thank God. I was looking at tickets. Absolutely ridiculous what they were doing. Like, oh my God, the Arizona-Houston game is at 3:00 Eastern time. Okay, when's Duke, Michigan? 6:30? Yeah, all right. That is like actually money. That's fire. The doubts about Arizona are valid until we beat Houston. If Arizona stays as the little brother, no one will take them seriously. Yeah, I mean, look, I am a big believer that like the loss at Kansas the other day is like not, it's like not bad. It's not a big deal at all. Like I'm a big believer that like going into March Madness undefeated like isn't a great thing. Like you probably don't want to do that. It's a lot of pressure and you don't know what a loss feels like yet. So losing at Kansas is not a bad thing. It's not. And you played like just about your worst game possible and you still almost won. So it's how you bounce back, right? I would be worried about them if, let's say tomorrow they lay an egg against Texas Tech and like barely win or lose. I'd start to get worried about them. But yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for the Arizona-Houston game, and that's a game you can lose. Like that's fine. It's like, do you want to win that game? Do you want to win the Big 12? Obviously. But yeah, you got to get to Houston with one loss. Win both games at McHale, and you're fine. Like that's all it is. So I don't know. Man, it's tough. It's like you obviously want to beat Houston, and you lose to Houston though, and then it's like, all right, like your two biggest games basically you lost, which would suck. But I wouldn't be worried about them. I wouldn't. I've seen enough from this Arizona team to know that they're good. They are good. So yeah. All right. Give me 1 second. I will be literally 15 seconds. Grab my charger. All right, we're back. I don't know how long that was, but it felt quick. I'm out of breath. I don't know why I didn't have my charger down here. Also, for my Arizona fan in here, Caleb Love. And upped it into the runner tomorrow. Pretty cool. All right, what do we got? Any bid stealers from the top 10 conferences that you could see happening? Like, are you including Power 4 conferences? Because I saw Lenardi's bracketology Tuesday had, like, Cal, which would be pretty fun, right? He had them at, like, a 13 seed. Not sub 15 seconds. Dude, that must have been like 20 seconds. I feel like my heart's like not even beating, but shit. What we got? Yeah, Cat. I don't know. I could see a bid stealer in like the West Coast Conference, like a stupid team just going on a run. Besides that, like not really. Not that like I could predict right now and like act. I'm not gonna act like I know. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you. What we got? What has happened to BYU, and what would Miami, Ohio be seeded if it went into the dance undefeated? 10 seed, I think. I mean, honestly, maybe an 11 just 'cause it seems like the committee's not a big fan of them, but I'd give them a 10. And what happened to BYU? They got figured out. Like, that's that simple, I think. They got figured out. It's like, stop the Bansta. Stop. Like, make other guys beat you. Or just take out of Richie, out of Rob, and out of AJ. Like, maybe take one of them completely out of the game, right? It seems like Baylor maybe tried to do that with Richie the other night. It didn't work. Rob and AJ combined for like 67 points, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. BYU, sneaky team in the tournament though. Like, that's not a 7 seed or a 6 seed that you're going to want to face. I'll tell you that much. So I would keep an eye out for their path come March Madness. I'm very excited for March. I can't lie. I am very, very excited. It is my favorite day of the year is March 8th. It changes, but it's that Sunday, daylight savings, because I know it's 1 week before March Madness or 1 week before Selection Sunday, and we also get an extra hour of sunlight. I love that day. And it's my parents' anniversary, March 8th. So, yeah, that too. Remember, I was at dinner last year on March 8th when Arizona went to Kansas and Arizona lost. If you remember that game, I'm pretty sure like they should have won it. Like, low key, like some cheating went down. What's your outlook on Gonzaga? Always a tough team to read. They suck. I mean, straight up. Like, I just don't think they're that good. You know, they have not done a single thing to impress me. What they beat Alabama. Cool. Alabama's not that good. Andrew Burns. Yo. Holy shit. I don't even know who those people are, but yeah, Gonzaga, I mean, they beat Alabama. Bama's obviously not that good. And they got belt to ass against Michigan. So, yeah, Gonzaga, I'm probably going to pick them to lose to like a 14 seed if they play a 14 seed or a 13 seed. Whoever it is, I don't care. Play you anytime, anywhere. Andrew Bernstein or John Bechtel? Isn't John Bechtel the kid that played at UConn? Yeah, that's him, right? I think. I don't know an Andrew Bernstein, though. Sounds like he'd be like a good accountant, though. C-Mart or Z-Mart? Dude, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Trevor Bokic? This water is fantastic. All right, let me get some more like real questions while we're still here. From Jack, Sports Talk. I don't know what these dudes are talking about, but We'll keep it alive for a minute. How many people we got in here? 4, 6, no? What time is this Michigan State game? Let me check. I'm low-key trying to wager on that. I'm trying not to wager anymore because it's so bad for you, but I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love the I don't even think I like winning bets. I think I just like ketchup or mustard, man. What the hell? How is Iowa State after their 3 losses? Yeah, I don't know. They sussed me out a bit. Not it's just like, can you trust them, right? It's like when that girl cheats on you 3 times. Like, can you trust her after? Probably not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Michigan State's at 6 p.m. All right, that tells me you live in Arizona, right? Because for me, they're at 8 p.m. So you must be mountain time, or maybe you don't live in Arizona, but you're on. What else is mountain time? New Mexico, Utah, right? Some part of Arizona has to be Pacific though, because it does go. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just talking out of my ass, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna be wagering on that. I was saying I'm not even like. I don't even like winning my bets. I just like the potential. I just like sweating them out, you know? Which is like, that sounds so bad. I just like the thought of like potentially winning. And then I win it and I'm like, this sucks, you know? Yeah, you're in Arizona? Yeah. So, that's gotta be. I don't know if that's all of Arizona's mountain. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if I would like that or not. I feel like I would like that. Waking up on Saturdays and the game start at like 10 a.m. Because for us, it's at noon. Which is like cool, but like waking up, or like Sunday football, you wake up, it's at 9 a.m. That seems fire. Or like the England games when you're in Arizona, they're like 6 a.m. That might be too early. How far can St. Louis make it? Again, path. Like, it's all about path. Realistically, I think they're like a legit team that can make the Sweet 16. Like, this team didn't do it last year. I think they lost they did lose in the round of 32. Colorado State. It reminds me a little bit of them. Colorado State, like, maybe some people would argue could have won that game. They would have lost to Florida the following week, though. But yeah, it's like, would it surprise me if they go on a Loyola Chicago type of run? A little bit, but like, would I be floored? No. Like, they're like a legit good team, and they're very good coach who they better enjoy because he's gone after this year. I think he might be heading up north. Might be heading up north. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. I don't even know. What else we got? We got All-Star. Who is Michigan's biggest threat remaining? What are we talking about? Big Ten-wise or just in general? I can give you both. I mean, Big Ten. I gotta look at the standings. If it was like, Michigan, I think is the best team in the Big Ten. But if you're just asking me who I guess is the second best team in the Big Ten, yeah, I mean Michigan's gonna run away with that thing, but. Big Ten, probably Illinois, because they could win the head-to-head, and then Michigan could lose to Duke. So I guess Illinois. And Big Ten tournament, I guess I would have to say Illinois also. Illinois or Purdue, because Purdue does have, like, Clough and Kaufman-Renner are both, obviously, big bodies. Illinois, again, size. Like, they can match up. That's the Merez Johnson Bowl, so... Yeah, I'll take Illinois for both of those. And then in the big outlook of things, we'll say Arizona and Houston, I think, are Michigan's toughest matchups. Do you enjoy any other sports? I love golf. I love playing and watching. I was watching Pebble Beach earlier. And I like the NFL a lot and baseball. I'm a big fan of a lot of sports, so I will answer any questions about any sport if you have. Thoughts on the slate tonight? Dog water, hot dog water. The slate sucks. Um, Michigan State, Wisconsin. Thank God that's tonight. And like, sure, St. Louis is cool. Miami of Ohio is cool. They're both like in games that aren't gonna be very good, so it doesn't really move me that much. But yeah, thank God Michigan State and Wisconsin are playing because think about it this way. I was saying this. I forget when I was saying this, but if if Michigan State Wisconsin was tomorrow, I don't think that many people would be watching it. Like quite frankly, because there's so many good games that would get drowned out. You put on a Friday night though, on a game that's not a top 25 matchup, it's gonna get a lot of viewers on national TV, and not just national TV, Fox. So, look, it's not a great slate. It could be worse. You were at the Phoenix Open, yeah. That's sick. That's fun. Like that's unreal. I one day I'll be out there in the dance team, but that's not yet. So what we got? Anyone Big Ten or SEC that plays as physical as Arizona or Houston? Mm, Probably not, right? Um, hmm. It's, no, I'm not gonna say there is just to like say it. Yeah, no. If I had to pick someone in the not definitely not the SEC, definitely not Big Ten. Like Illinois can be physical, like Mirkovic, of the Ivisic brothers, Stojakovic, Boswell's a big guard, Wagler's a big guard, but nothing crazy. Do the Dodgers clear this year? Like probably. I mean, Mets and then Dodgers, obviously. Stupid question. Got down on the ground 16, super lucky. Yeah, that's sick. I hope you enjoyed that. Who won? Goddard, Jersey. Chris Goddard, Rutgers alum. That was very fun. Parlayed right into the Super Bowl. It literally right when that ended, the Super Bowl, sorry, which was sweet. I hope you enjoyed Matsuyama's epic choke job. What else we got? I've been using these. I'll go a little free sponsorship. I'm not sponsored by them, but what we got? Yeah, yeah. You see that? Maybe I'll get them to make me a little code. These things are nice, flavorful. I swear to God, I'm not sponsored, but I've been using them. Apparently, it's like a neuro pouch. Helps with your mind. I don't know. I just like the taste of it, and I like. It feels like I'm like chewing gum a little bit. Oh, that's sick. Yeah. Because I'm thinking he's gonna lag it up there, right? I'm thinking he's gonna lag it up, and then if Matsuyama misses it, it's over, and then he just drills it. So yeah, that was probably sick. I'm jealous of you. What else we got? Wait. We got so we have a good slate tomorrow, and then fuck shit. What is it? Next week is unreal. Arizona, Houston. We have Michigan, Duke. I'm so excited for that game. I think I'm gonna drive down. I'm gonna drive down Friday night, and then stay over, and then go to the game, stay over again, and come back to Jersey on Sunday. So thoughts on the Super Bowl? It sucked. I'm glad the Seahawks won though, because I like Darnold. I'm a Jets fan, so it's all right. Could be worse. Could have seen the Patriots win another. Who are the 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds in each region? Right now, Arizona's in the one in the West, and then I think they'll put the worst 2 seed with them in the best 3 seed. So right now it's Purdue, Florida. And then Gonzaga will probably be the 4 in the West. Unless something like insane happens and they drop drastically, which probably won't happen. I think Midwest will be Michigan, as long as they want it. And then the South is interesting because Houston might play their way into a 1 seed, but if they don't, they'll be the 2 or the 3 in the South, which means they get home games basically in the Sweet 16 and Elite 8, as long as they make it, which they will, I guarantee it. So it'll be like UConn, Houston, maybe like Vandy as the 4. I mean, I can pull it up really quick what the bracketology is currently, and Lenardi's excuse me. Lenardi's usually pretty accurate, so let's see. Houston, he's got Nebraska at 3. I mean, Houston would probably be favored over Nebraska by like 10.5 points, which is crazy in a 2 versus 3 matchup in the tournament. 4 is Texas Tech, 5 is Virginia in the South. Okay, in the East, it's Duke at 1, Illinois 2, Kansas 3. Oh, we were talking about this. Vanderbilt 4, St. John's 5, UNC 6, which is just like a disgusting bracket to look at. I think Illinois would walk to the Elite 8. I think Duke would too, quite frankly. But I actually know St. John's could give Duke fits. St. John's could. They've been playing better. I changed my mind on the Johnnies and Patino. So yeah, West, it's Arizona, Purdue, Florida, Gonzaga, Arkansas, and then in the Midwest we have Michigan, Iowa State, Michigan State. So hopefully we can see that Michigan State Elite 8 duo. I don't know why, what are we doing? Oh. Alright, bro, that's insane. Does AJ go over DP? Alright. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for today. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I'll go live during the games. I will put it in the community, and I will also put it on Twitter. But yeah, probably like around 1 or 2 o'clock Eastern time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate all the questions that were asked, and we'll be back tomorrow. Just we'll stream during the games, and then we'll definitely do this again next week to preview the February 21st games. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will. What is going on? I will see